You're a novelist. You don't know it, and the book you keep writing is quietly wrecking your relationships. You write a scene, you text them, the typing dots appear, then stop. A cold reply comes back. Your stomach drops, you close the phone, shaken, and you don't send the message. But none of it happened. You wrote it, and then you obeyed your own fiction. There's a writer living in your head whose only genre is catastrophe. It's been scripting your worst-case endings for years. And here's the twist that should set you free. The cold reply you're so sure you'd get, it almost never arrives. I'll prove it with a single email. This writer has a job. Keep you safe. So before anything risky, it runs the disaster. The theory is simple. If you've already lived through the rejection in your head, you'll survive it in real life. But that's the lie at the center of all its work. Rehearsing catastrophe doesn't prepare you for it. It convinces you it's coming. Every time you replay the cold reply, you make it feel more real, more inevitable, more already true. You think you're gathering information. You're really manufacturing dread, and then mistaking the dread for evidence. A woman named Priya wanted to thank an old mentor, the teacher who first told her she was capable of more. 10 years had passed. She opened her laptop, and the writer immediately started typing. She won't remember you. You were never that important. It's been a decade. You'll seem desperate. She'll send some polite, generic reply. And you'll ruin a beautiful memory for nothing. Notice how clever that voice is. It didn't say, "Don't do it, you're scared." It said, "Don't do it, you're being wise." You're protecting the memory. Fear wearing the robes of good judgment. Priya closed the laptop. The story won. Weeks later, tired of obeying it, she finally wrote the email. Then she hit send with her eyes half shut. The reply came the next morning. It wasn't brief, it wasn't generic. The mentor remembered everything. She remembered moments Priya had forgotten about herself. Then she wrote a line Priya would carry forever. She'd thought about her often. She had even considered tracking her down. But she assumed Priya had moved on, and she didn't want to intrude. The cold reply Priya was so certain of was never coming. It only ever lived inside a scene she wrote in the dark. So your fears are fake. Just send the message. Problem solved. Except there's a deeper fear underneath, and it's the real reason your thumb won't move. Dig beneath, what if they're cold? And eventually you reach, what if they're cold, and it breaks me? What if the rejection confirms the thing you secretly fear, that you're forgettable? Easy to leave, not worth coming back for. That's the real monster. But look at the evidence. You have survived every single thing that has ever happened to you. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every loss, every embarrassment. You're still here. A cool reply from an old friend would simply join the long list of things you were certain you couldn't handle. And handled anyway. The writer in your head has been wrong about how fragile you are. Every single time. So here's the reframe that changes everything. Most of the rejections you fear never arrive. The doors stay open. The people you're convinced forgot you have often been remembering you all along. And when you refuse to reach out to protect yourself from imaginary pain, understand what you're actually doing. You're not protecting yourself from rejection. You're rejecting yourself on their behalf before they ever get the chance to say yes. Stop reading your own fiction. Go find out what's real.